Imagine there's no heaven.
It's easy if you try.
Oh, sorry guys, you just interrupted us recording our heartwarming celebrity video response to the coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah, gotta do our part to fight this virus with hope and prayers.
And a cappella songs done through the front camera with no makeup.
Yeah.
It's so earnest. I just can't believe celebrities are like us. They're so relatable.
I know. I mean, they're also locked in their mansions.
Oh my god. Yes, that Gal Godot organized her and her B-list celebrity friends, fucking weirdo millionaires singing Imagine. It's just the worst thing that I've ever seen. And I saw the footage coming out of fucking hospitals and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck all this.
I blame coronavirus.
Yeah, that nobody talks about the true human cost of us not dealing with this epidemic.
It's rich people literally losing their minds.
Yeah, wasn't Sam Smith having a fucking meltdown as well?
So was Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, fuck off.
You know, friends of the pod.
How long have we haven't heard from Jonathan Van Ness in a while?
Yeah, he's dead. He has coronavirus.
Oh, I'm surprised. I was wondering how he was holding up through all of this. Did somebody check on him? Has he got something to sell us?
Maybe no one actually cares because he can't make money now. You're like, thank fucking God we can stop promoting this person.
I hope so. Yeah, so anyway, this is Twink Revolution, but we're doing a sort of just a special corona plague.
My corona.
Yeah, we're just, we're locked away.
Yeah.
All of California is now under lockdown. Last time we came to you, just San Francisco was under lockdown.
Yeah, we had another 10 days added because they did the statewide lockdown right after, a week later than the San Francisco one.
I thought we were going to get time off for good behavior, but no.
April 19th is when we're supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, day before Hitler's birthday.
And your birthday.
And mine. Yeah, I mean, there's two important birthdays on there, and it's 420 as well. But I don't think we'll get out then. Honestly, no. I think this will last longer than that. Sadly,
yeah.
Shit's pretty fucked up. And,
I don't think people realize how bad it is yet.
Yeah, and New York State is letting the team down.
Oh, Florida's supposed to be a super Italy. They just reported.
Oh, super Italy.
The beaches are full still.
Oh,
and they're supposed to be closed.
Yeah, so to be clear about what California looks like in general right now is ghost town. Like the streets are empty pretty much everywhere. There are a few people who will walk around and walking a dog or going for a run or going to the supermarket. But other than that, there's just nobody on the streets.
Or wives walking their husbands,
Masters walking their pups. Important things. San Francisco police are handing out tickets to people for standing too close to one another.
Yeah. And they're also, California is one of the states that's getting issued National Guard because of the coronavirus.
We did it, team.
Yeah.
We're worthy.
We did it, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, 40 million people currently under a shelter-in-place order. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not going to matter until we do a national lockdown, which, let's see, we'll do the last week of our lockdown, but another 5 weeks. I'm motherfuck,
Yeah. Don't know. I feel like I'm holding up okay. How are you holding up, Sam?
Fine. I mean, the city's cleaner, so I'm kind of sad I can't be out there now, but...
Yeah. It's eat off the sidewalks right now.
But also, I give another half a week and I'm I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's I'm spending a lot of time cooking.
Yeah, we're going to all get really fat after this.
Yeah, I'm my target weight to exit lockdown is 300 pounds.
Hot.
So about, what is that? 280 to go. Or something. I weigh 20 pounds.
It's a personal Peter fetish moment.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to gorge myself.
Yeah.
until the food runs out, and then I guess we like start to decide who gets eaten.
I'm excited for Thick Girl Summer 2023. It's when everyone will actually
When
get
we're
out of the
finally
house.
out of quarantine.
Everyone's gonna have giant juicy asses.
And be extremely pale, like
Yes.
pale girls with giant booties.
God, we're gonna be like Victorian royalty.
Yeah, we're all blue bloods now.
Yeah, just like
That's hot.
anemic as fuck.
Yeah.
Vitamin D deficient.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it rickets? Is that vitamin D deficiency?
That's vitamin C.
Oh, no, that's scurvy, isn't it?
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, D. I think D is right.
Rickets is vitamin D. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see because we're really like out interacting with the world in general. We have a lot of fresh content here for you. Like, wait, no, I'm going to do all the vitamin deficiencies now. B vitamins, isn't that like berry or something? Is that? You're the vegan. You should know this one.
I don't know. I haven't had any.
Don't you have all of these? Are you deficient in all these vitamins?
No, just
I've heard this.
protein.
Oh,
Yeah. It's why like a breadline rationed like Slavic Soviet citizen. It's why I'm so hot.
thanks. Okay, that explains a thing or two.
It's coming back.
Yeah, no, I'm out of tropical diseases or malnutrition diseases.
Yeah. It's okay. We can get back to China virus. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, vitamin C deficiency. It's called China virus. D, China deficiency.
China.
E,
How do you say it?
China.
Um,
Yeah, vitamin E deficiency is China deficiency part 2. Yep, China caused them all.
I learned that in 2015, the World Health Organization actually stopped giving viruses and diseases names after their localities. So technically, it's no longer academically
Wait,
correct.
2015.
Yeah, 2015.
So after the Spanish flu,
Yeah. Ebola's after a place.
Ebola,
Zika, West Nile.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to give a shit about this. Honestly, it's been going round and round of like he's racist. I'm like this doesn't like. For one, I mean he's a fucking moron for pushing the angle of it's the China virus.
Yeah, if you're mad at him, be mad at him for being fat, not for being stupid.
Like, how is he eating this well?
Yeah.
In quarantine. Don't they know we're living off rats here in America?
Turns out ketchup and like well done steak is the prevention.
And McDonald's.
Yeah. Why is no one talking about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't give a shit about it. And I think like he's a moron, but the people who are like spending their entire day prosecuting the question of whether it's racist or not for him to call it the China virus are just as stupid.
Also, it's funny because the media who's been like pushing this whole thing are like doing far more dangerous things in regards to coronavirus and like Cold War rhetoric. I mean, it started with like accusing like North Korea of just killing everyone who has it. And their source was like some obscure like right-wing like South Korean like misinfo publication in South Korea. They're accusing Russia of lying about all their tests despite the World Health Organization saying that it's accurate. And now you are saying China lied, people died is the hashtag. And
God.
And
that's Bush era shit right there.
Trump started it. Like China lied or people died, and it's like,
oh, that's catchy.
Everyone's like, oh, there are numbers of 0 new cases in Wuhan. It's all lies. And it's like, to these people, they could say anything as a government, and
they could say they have 10 trillion new cases, and people are like, they're lying.
Yeah, like it's lying regardless of how.
Yeah, you can't win.
Yeah.
The Bernie Biden debate. Remember, like, was it the second question or something? Was like, what consequences should China face for starting the China virus?
Yeah, they purposely did it. They
no, actually, it's CNN. So they're like, what consequences should the dirty, sinister yellow man face for starting the COVID-19? Remember, everyone, it's not correct to call it the China virus.
Yeah, I also love
the dangerous foreigner communist Chinese.
I love all the hit pieces of like for Iran, which is under sanctions and it's got more sanctions. Or like, this is why it's Iran's fault they're doing so bad under coronavirus. Or now they're blaming Cuba and China and Russia of all like sending medical
yes.
troops,
The
medical,
axis of evil did it.
and like face mask and medical equipment as well. Here's their ulterior motive, and it's like, yeah, of course they're gonna like help. For one, that's great publicity, but also like they're building relations. Like the U.S. is doing jack shit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have anything to offer. We're getting our masks from like
Italy,
and our tests from Italy as well. I think.
Yeah,
Which is kind of funny when you think about it, because they're fucked, but like they're kind of less fucked than we will be in a week. So
also, it doesn't make any sense because Italy keeps getting their stuff stolen from other EU countries. It's like, why are they sending their stuff when like the Czech Republic stole like 500,000 face masks, and then like Germany prevented a bunch of shipments to Italy?
Germany took like 800,000.
They're all from China. It's like,
yeah, so China is shipping goods, medical supplies, primarily, I guess, like medical prophylaxis.
Yeah.
To Italy, but via other EU countries, and they keep swiping it.
The EU's dead.
Oh yeah, I mean, this just would have been like war in any other era, right? I mean, you would just like you would just go assassinate an archduke and like kick it all off.
Yeah, like I was being semi-serious when I mentioned how Serbia in the last episode showed the EU's dying, but seeing like EU states literally steal and now admitting. One of the EU leaders was like, oh, we're going to actually allow countries to spend as much money as they want to save their economies. It's like, this isn't looking very good for the EU either way.
Yeah, it turns out sort of neoliberal austerity is really, really fun when the German economy is okay. The German economy is just as fucked as everyone else is now. So, hey, presto, like we're all Keynesians again, and we're going to spend our way out of the deficit, spend our way out of this shit.
Did you see all the gay like neolibs praising Angela Merkel for like having like one piece of toilet paper in her cart and like 4 bottles of wine? It's like the leader we all deserve, the new leader of the free world.
Fuck off.
The center right candidate who's like horrible.
Yeah, she's just always she's been an austerity imperialist to the extent that like her entire agenda has been effectively sort of status quo in Germany and austerity for the rest of the EU.
I mean, it's basically the EU's like the German Empire of like it literally is. It's like,
yes, World War II was decided eventually. I don't know if you could tell that quarantine's getting to me.
We're on quarantine?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I thought I was just not leaving the house for fun.
Yeah. No wonder I haven't been fired from my job yet. I'm just kidding. One other side of weird shit that's been happening and brain meltdowns, the Democrats are still being shitty and trying to means test survival policy. Yeah. And the Republicans are running to the left and looking far better.
Republicans, welcome to the hashtag resistance.
Like, it's crazy when you see like Ihan, Omar, and AOC like being like, yeah, you're actually right in this, to like people like Tucker Carlson and like, I don't know, some of the Republicans in the House, like Mitt Romney, who wanted to give more money to Americans than like Nancy Pelosi and Elizabeth Warren combined.
Yeah, I mean, Pelosi is just shocking in all of this. I mean, I was having this conversation the other night about the Democrats in this sort of situation are dangerous because they have an ideology that is so embedded. Trump is sort of a chaotic figure, right? I mean, he's completely insane, without ideology.
Yeah.
He is the true perfect smooth brain centrist. Because like it's not the metric he's working based upon. He's working largely for some sort of self-aggrandizement or like legacy project at this point, I think. But the Democrats don't really care what the fuck happens as long as that very specific ideology that their brainworms tells them to sort of propagate is maintained, and it's all that fucking means testing bullshit. It's just hideous.
Yeah, it's also like Tulsi Gabbard also dropped out and endorsed Biden because of the coronavirus, which I know she said she was going to endorse the candidate no matter what, but her whole platform was against foreign policy that he pushed.
Russia told her to do.
And also, it's because we had to come together. Like, Biden's not going to do anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yes, like like a premature ejaculator at the orgy, shouting, "We've all got to come together now."
Yeah. It's fun. But I mean, at least for handling it well, the U.S. is sending 5,500 National Guard troops to 32 different states.
That's fun. We don't even get to go out and like see them in the Castro bars though, because we're not able to go outside. The bars are all shut.
While like I think the shutdowns in Florida, their beaches are still full of like spring breakers and like complete morons.
Yeah, bro, my name is Chad. I don't care if I get coronavirus. I get it, man. It doesn't matter.
There was a really
Just here to have a good time.
There was a really funny video. I think it was like spring break in Atlanta or something, and this like larger black woman who looks a lot like Lizzo was like, "We're just here having fun and living life," and almost like Lizzo lived in a time of her life during coronavirus, and it was just horrible but hilarious. Or the British people in Spain.
Oh god,
Yeah.
they were horrible. I mean, British people in Spain are horrible in general.
Yeah.
But they were particularly awful. They were like screaming at the police, being all like, "I want my steak and chips, and I want to go outside and have a pint of lager. You can't stop me."
All these bloody fucking bars are closing. My British accent's not good. I'm
Yeah,
trying.
that was off.
I know. I'm sorry.
That just sounded like Greta Thunberg.
What's the difference?
It sounded like Jude Law in Contagion.
That's my new comedy special. The similarities between British tourist and Greta Thunberg. It's that they're both awful.
Yeah, I hope everyone's, surviving out there.
Yeah.
It's I do assume everyone else is going to go into lockdown. And if you are not currently in lockdown, start panic buying shit because it's really fun. It's retail therapy if you think about it. Like, just practice good self-care by buying out every dry good in your local supermarket.
Or just like have fun with it, creating hysteria, and just start panicking and run into a store and start grabbing things and just never explain and be like, "Hurry, we gotta go!" And then everyone else start panic buying.
Yeah, buy out all the sort of canned whipped cream and just all the large condoms that
And
you
cherry
can find.
flavored lube.
Yeah, just panic buying, just rushing, shoving carts out of the way in the supermarket, get the fuck out of my way! It's mine. Just dump it all on the cash register on the conveyor belt. Just be like, "Whew, lucky there was any left, huh?" I was getting worried there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people trying to do like the animal rights angle on coronavirus as well, and that's always fun.
Oh yes, there was a PETA, our friends at the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. What was the tweet like? "In a vegan world, there would be no COVID-19.
Yeah. But they weren't even...
They didn't call it by the China virus name, so I didn't even know what the fuck they were talking about.
They weren't even the worst one. I keep seeing like The Hill and like Washington Post write all these awful pieces. There was like one guy who I looked into, and he's like an animal rights activist, and he got really big because he did a documentary about like some Idaho people that knitted like a blanket to create peace between the Soviet Union and the U.S. And it's like, this person's clearly insane and kept making biblical references in it.
That sounds charming.
Yeah. I think everyone's having a normal one nowadays.
Oh, totally. No, I mean, and like, it's fair enough. I feel like everyone's losing their minds. I've been devoting all of these energies to making sure there's enough limoncello in the house. If you have access to lemons, we're taking a break from the podcast. Ready? It's limoncello recipe hour. What you want 10 lemons. You want to peel them with no pith. You want to really, really thin peel off the edges.
Yeah, no white stuff.
No, none of the white stuff. You got to just get the outer peel. And if you get any white stuff in, you can scrape it off with a knife.
Yeah.
So that's a peel of 10 lemons. What you want to do is soak that in about a liter of vodka for 4 days, maybe 4.5 days, at room temperature in a covered container. And then you mix it with basically any sort of like 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water. So like about 500 grams of sugar and half a liter of water. I don't know what that is in gallons. A quarter of a gallon or some shit.
For what?
What's a half a liter? And no, never mind.
I don't fucking
I know. Google it. You've got nothing but time on your hands. Anyway, you mix those together, then you put it in the freezer, and then you drink it, and it's good. It'll keep you going, keep your bones strong through these hard winters.
We can't let the virus win and make all of us sober. That's basically the conclusion. Everyone's going to learn how to cook, become fat, and become alcoholics after this.
Yeah, and it actually kind of suits me pretty well. I feel like I was well prepared for this already.
Yeah, but you're not going to get fat.
I'm trying so hard.
I know.
No, I want to emerge from quarantine with a juicy booty. Just thick. Mad thick.
That's possible. But like,
I'm also not really like doing any physical activity. A lot of people have been doing the whole like, oh, I'm just so glad I set up that home gym. Or like, look at me doing my workout on Instagram Live with my soup cans.
I've worn the same pajamas for like 4 days, I think.
Yeah, I've given up. I'm just like, fuck it all. I don't care anymore.
I shaved. That's saying something.
Yeah, I've been sort of shaving occasionally and doing my hair occasionally, but only to go on like the House Party app or like
I haven't done my hair in like a week.
Video chats. Yeah. No, I've been styling myself, like prettying myself up to go on video chats with people. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the upside, we discovered an amazing documentary, which we're going to talk about. So I was on Twitter, as you do during a pandemic, and some ad for like a Netflix documentary called Tiger King came out. And I was like, oh, that seems interesting. There's tigers, and I'm bored as shit. And I put it on, and let me just tell you, it's the craziest fucking docuseries I've ever seen in my life. Like, if you want Don't Fuck with Cats, which we were going to review and I never got to it. So we're not going to do that, guys. We thought that was crazy. This is like a million times crazier.
Yeah, this will be the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Also, spoiler alerts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like you can't really spoil a show because no matter how vividly we describe it, it'll still be more insane.
Yeah. So the things about these exotic, like, collections of like tigers and lions and shit across the country, and this one specific guy named Joe Exotic is that it's new made up name.
It's his real name. It's his legal birth name is Joe Exotic. Weird that he ended up as an exotic animal breeder.
Yeah, and it's about him and his world and
and his rivalries, right? Because there's several other exotic animal breeders featured through the series, and they're all just as fucking weird.
Yeah, no one's good. No one's normal in this fucking thing.
Yeah, and it's 7 parts on Netflix, right?
Yeah. So I guess we can start with I don't even know how to start with this fucking
I don't
shit.
even know where to start either.
Okay, well, I mean, I think it starts getting weird when I start talking about the cults. So
yeah. So it opens right with a lot of sort of like the adoring public, sort of families going through his private zoo thing.
Yeah.
Big cat zoo, basically.
Catching baby tigers.
Yeah, it's in Oklahoma somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and, lots of like, oh, look, it's so cute. The keepers are, bringing the tiger out to take selfies with children and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And the baby tiger's being petted, and it's all very adorable. And then they start doing like the sort of vox pop interviews with him.
Yeah.
And he just looks like a fucking hot mess.
So this guy's like tattoos everywhere that are like not very good. Piercings, like he's put like 10 piercings in like
extremely pierced all over his face.
He has this huge like bleached mullet.
Yep.
And
does
he have all his teeth? I forget. Most of the people in the movie do not have all their teeth.
Yeah, not a lot of teeth in the movie in general. I don't think he has all his teeth, but he has more teeth than most people in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's in his probably late 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they introduce his arch nemesis. I think her name is Carol, and she is the runner of Big Cat Sanctuary, which is like animal sanctuary in Florida.
Big Cat Rescue or something?
Big Cat Rescue.
Big Cat Rescue, yeah. So they're trying to shut down Joe Exotic's
and the whole tiger industry
thing. Because Joe Exotic basically takes like baby tigers into malls and gets paid by like malls and shit to bring baby tigers and do photo ops. And so the Big Cat Rescue are like, this is incredibly horrible and cruel and part of the exotic pet trade. We should stop it.
Yeah. But they introduce some other characters. It's Myrtle Beach Safari, which is another animal place. It's kind of like classier, but like also crazy as shit. And it's in South Carolina. And they kind of delve into how he has a giant woman cult, primarily of like younger teen women who go to work there and then end up like having sex with him, and they all changed their names. And
yeah, he changed his name to Bhagiva.
Yeah.
Tiger Lord or some shit. I can't remember what it is. It's actually Bhagiva.
It's like Lord, yeah.
Bhagiva, I think, is Lord, but like it's some.
It's a yoga vegetarian like group, and one of the escapees is like, oh yeah, when I went, you would have to like sleep with him to get out of like these horse stalls full of like cockroaches and get like these like nice houses, and it was weird as shit. And they all were everyone in this fucking thing wears like animal prints.
Oh yeah, constant like leopard print and tiger print, like leggings everywhere. But yeah, the Bhagiva guy or whatever is just exactly what you expect. He's like a sort of mid to late 60s guy with a gray ponytail.
Yes.
A sort of a surfer tan, and he's just all like, yeah, man, yeah, the tigers, you got to know them, because you got to know the tigers to know yourself. Just a sort of yogic sort of self-help nonsense grifter. But yeah, he has a harem, and it's kind of incredible. He's got, three wives, and all the young girls who want to come play with tigers come playing with his dick instead.
They're up to like 9. No one could actually say how many wives he actually had, because there's just so many fucking women.
Well, and the documentary makers do a good job of sort of all the cut-in interviews with all like the keepers and the people who work in these zoos and all the kind of personalities. It's great. They're like, yeah, I don't know how many girls he has. Like, I think it's like, heard it was like 9. Then it cuts, it's like, oh, I thought it's like 7 or something. It's at least 3.
I don't fucking care. That's what one of the guys says.
Yeah, the other's like, I don't care.
He gets most of the women to get breast jobs, which is fun.
Yeah, and no, they're like all cult face, and like they're paid incredibly culty.
They're paid $100 a week and basically they're not allowed to like leave ever.
Yeah. So this guy is running just an absolute classic sex cult, with tiger yoga.
Yeah.
Interspersed with it, and a bunch of fucking exotic pets.
Yeah. But then you think it's just a one-person case, and then they go to Joe Exotic, and he has like a similar kind of cult, but instead of like beautiful young women who get breast jobs, he has like a bunch of like 19-year-old meth heads who
got male. Yeah, he has two just absolutely meth-addled young husbands,
and none of them,
as he calls them,
none of them are actually gay.
Well, yes, it's
we find out later.
Spoiler alert, but yeah, it's basically like just he seems to find this endless stream of like young meth addicts in Oklahoma who want to shack up with him and
smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah, he'll sort of buy them things and buy them meth and let them play with tigers, I guess.
And there's a poly gay marriage, the throuple marriage that he has with them.
Yeah, heartwarming.
Yeah. He's like a libertarian wet dream. He likes guns and polygamy and gayness and having and 227 tigers as pets. Totally same.
Yeah, he takes a lot of like video footage of him like shooting, tannerite using shotguns and shit and blowing stuff up constantly throughout this.
And often referring to like dummies and stuff as the Carol woman that he hates. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he just gets more and more insane in terms of her. Yeah. Oh, and so there's some good interviews with his husbands. One of whom has about 2 teeth left, and it's just covered in really shitty tats.
Oh yeah.
Is shirtless, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just some like Deliverance type shit.
Well, one of his tattoos is like private property Joe Exotic on his chest,
or on his groin almost. It's like right on his lower belly there. And
then like the rest of his like kind of cult, which I would say is less culty than the other guy, but like he targets all like ex-felons who can't find other jobs and like pays them so little they get to like eat expired meat from like Walmart.
that they're feeding to the animals.
They also were using it for pizza later.
Yeah.
For like gas. It's fucking gross.
Who else is in the cast of characters? There's the woman who loses a hand to a tiger.
Yeah, one of his people.
Yeah. Stuck her hand, I guess, in the course of doing something working there.
Clearly a lesbian.
Yeah. Stuck her hand into a cage in some setting, and the tiger ripped it off.
Yep.
And then she was back at work 5 days later.
Because she didn't want to give him a bad image.
Yep. the guy has kind of an incredible power over people. You have to you have to sort of marvel. Like, some of the guys he was like picking up at the end were quite attractive. I mean, the meth hadn't quite like ruined their looks yet. And
his last one, Dylan.
Yeah.
Who actually I think was gay.
Yeah, and quite attractive. And you're like, how? This guy just is decaying in place, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Is just one of the weirdest people. But I guess there's some animal magnetism there if you like love meth and daddy issues or something.
Yeah. But I actually talk more about the big cats lady.
Oh yeah.
So
she's
also crazy. I think she's possibly one of the least crazy or the craziest. I have no idea. But her husband mysteriously goes missing, and Joe Exotic starts the myth through his elaborate set of music videos that she fed him to tigers.
Yeah, that she murdered him and fed him to tigers. And he was very wealthy. So she married some very wealthy guy when she was very young. And this is how she sort of has funded her tiger habit.
Yeah, he was a millionaire who, and she was found basically leaving her abusive husband at the time, who she married when she was like 15 and he was 17.
Or something like that. Yeah, this is all just like wonderful sort of like backwoods shit.
Everyone's has like fucked up childhoods. Like the Joe Exotic guy got like kicked out of his home at like 16 or something. I assume that's where all the like underlying trauma lies. He just needed to be loved, so he became a crazy psycho person.
So he started,
homophobia started this, guys.
Yeah, see?
And it'll also cure it.
Oh yeah, there was a sort of the one sort of genuine moment in it was he's like my dad when my dad found out I was gay, he said he shook my hand to make me promise that I would never come to his funeral. I was like, oh, that stings.
Yeah. Go back to Carol. So she was also an animal collector, and her husband was super into it and had a lot of random flights to Costa Rica.
In like crazy rich guy way. Yeah. Like, I gotta have some like ocelots and tigers because I have too much money.
Yeah. Also, he left his whole family and children for this woman.
And the tigers.
Yeah. And they started getting into fights, and he mysteriously disappeared. And
I think he had a restraining order out against her like 3 weeks before.
But it was denied.
Yeah. And so he went missing. And then she's on camera trying to like shut down all the wild pet trade.
Yeah. She also like destroys Joe Exotic's company by a copyright fight because they like steal their imagery to like steal their media galore, and no one has good media in this. It's all
everyone looks terrible. Oh, the thing we forgot. So you mentioned the videos, but Joe Exotic does these incredible country and western like home produced. He has a home studio.
Yeah.
And he does these like bizarre self-produced songs, and they're all like country and western about like big cats. Mm-hmm. And they have these really impressive music videos. Like it's just spectacular.
His voice isn't that bad.
No, it's kind of okay. And but the videos, I want to look up some titles.
Yeah. But basically she like runs it to the ground because like she's not going to give up. She wants to bankrupt these places. And then the new character, if you think there isn't enough like ex-felon like sex freaks, Jeff Lowe joins in and helps Joe Exotic, and turns out he's a swinger who's like a millionaire who's like a child of like one of the largest menageries in the US. And he basically ends up taking custody of the zoo to protect it, and it never gives it back.
Oh yeah, he's also like yet another spectacular character. He's some like coked up swinger guy with like a string of young women in his life. Like all of these guys are just like, what is it about having
Tigers.
access to tigers that just makes much more attractive people than you want to just smash?
I don't know, but
I'm getting a tiger.
and then the craziest part, he runs for president, or Joe Exotic runs for president.
Yeah, and then for he then for governor of Oklahoma, I believe.
He gets like 20%.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought it was less than that.
No, it was like 90% reporting. It was like 20%.
Oh,
and he ran as a libertarian.
Go figure.
His
His campaign manager is hilarious. His campaign manager is a guy who was like managing a CVS
the gun section at Walmart.
Oh, it was a Walmart gun section. There you go. And he's like, I don't know that Joe knows what a libertarian is. In fact, I'm pretty sure Joe has no idea what a libertarian is.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
He just wanted to run a campaign. And then shit just hits the fan when they were basically talking about all the meth usage, which is basically how he keeps all these like boys like stuck on his property and aren't allowed to leave. And then they started leaving him. One goes off with like one of the women's staff and gets married. And then the other one shoots his brains out in front of the campaign manager. And
he's playing with guns a lot apparently, and he's like, ha ha ha, it's not even there's no clip in there or something, and then like blows his brains out accidentally, effectively.
No, it was on purpose, I think.
Well, kind of. He was aiming a gun at somebody.
Yeah, as a joke.
And he's like, haha, and the guy's like, don't aim a fucking gun at me. He's like, oh, you can't, it's a whatever gun it was. He's like, oh, it's look, you can't even shoot with it. And then like he backs off, and then he puts it to his head and pulls the trigger, and yeah.
And then he gets married, or Joe Exotic gets married 2 months later to this other 19-year-old named Dylan we met on a chat room.
Yeah. And Dylan could get it. Yeah. It's kind of hot. He's probably not hot now because he's probably been doing a fuckload of meth.
I mean, he's still married to Joe Exotic while he's...
yes. Oh, so yes. Long story short, everyone starts ratting on each other because there's just endless criminal behavior in all of this.
They're killing tigers and selling them illegally and...
Yeah, and so at some point, for reasons that are like left a little bit ambiguous through all of it, Joe sort of becomes the fall guy. And rightly or wrongly, he basically is trapped
with conspiracy charges.
Conspiracy to hire an assassin to kill Carol. Carol, the head of the Big Cat Rescue thing. And so he's in jail for 22 years now.
Well, they also added all of the wildlife charges because the evidence wasn't as strong, so they had to like do other things.
Yeah.
But it sounds like at the end they're going for everyone else. Like I read into the South Carolina guy, and their place got raided because basically Joe sides of the animal rights activists in the end to fuck over every single person, despite him hating them for the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, he goes to PETA.
It was the PETA, and.
Starts ratting. See, what happened to like Omerta?
Talks about how like the Myrtle Beach guy was like gassing baby tigers when they were too old and like cremating them, which is illegal.
Yeah, the tigers are worth a lot of money, as it turns out. Tiger kills.
Yeah, and
sorry, I just saw. So there's some follow-ups.
Or is there?
So you know how his Joe Exotic has some really high production songs like Here Kitty Kitty and I Saw a Tiger. They're all tiger themed, as far as I can tell. And it's really worth looking up what Joe looks like. He looks like, oh god, who's the character from Harry Potter who can turn into a rat?
Oh,
Peter Pettigrew or whatever.
Yeah, Peter Pettigrew.
So you know, in the movies, the actor who plays that, the guy looks exactly like him when he's just like come out of being a rat.
Yeah,
like look at that. Doesn't there close that guy? He looks like the Peter Pettigrew from the Harry Potter movies with a blonde mullet, like a badly dyed blonde mullet and a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
It's just appalling. Anyway, so Carol Baskin, who's the one who runs Big Cat Rescue and is also like completely fucking insane.
Yeah.
Is now claiming that Joe Exotic is faking his country music and just lip syncs someone else's work. This is the sort of shit that's like, it's so weird to watch just a strange personal feud play out and have a Netflix series about it. I love this.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing kind of just like is like alienation at its worst. Like everyone's just like a lonely freak. Like every single person in their story is like, oh, I didn't get along with a lot of people and I liked cats. And then they like end up collecting cats. And then
you can't hug every cat.
And I think a lot of them start out like because they actually just care about the animals, even though I think it's wrong. And then literally just like get obsessed with like the fame and the power. Like I think having a tiger is like being like a billionaire. It kind of just like makes you lose your fucking mind.
Yeah, I assume, these sort of rare, dangerous creatures,
Yeah.
nature's killing machines just on display constantly and them sort of bowing down to you must do something to your brain.
But the funny thing is, like, in most cases in the world, it's like Gulf state, like, billionaires and, like, European royalty or whatever. And here it's, like, people in, like, bumfuck nowhere who look like complete trash, having, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and a bunch of cats. Like, it's very weird.
Here, I'm just to play a little clip of I Saw a Tiger.
What a beautiful cat. I saw a tiger. Now I understand.
Oh, yeah. I saw a tiger, now I understand. When's Gal Godot and Jimmy Kimmel and shit gonna do a nice a cappella rendition of that?
I think one of them was on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Like they went on a lot of the talk shows.
Yeah, they go on the talk shows or like Colbert or some shit.
And like celebrities would always go and be like, "Oh, I played with a tiger," and it's like you're all.
I saw a tiger, now I understand. Yeah. So anyway, I found it happily diverting. It is. I feel like there is a certain element of it that could be spectacle for like coastal shitheads like us who sort of don't like. These people are all just like desperate.
Yeah,
they're all desperate and on like fentanyl and meth, and some of them have grifted their way into a sort of like a profitable grift with this like exotic animal breeding stuff, and now have like own half the state.
Yeah,
cars and houses, and like they're the wealthiest people in their communities. And then you just see this like the desperate people that they're like picking up from gas stations, being like, "Yeah, I'll pay you $100 a month to come clean tiger cages or whatever." And people are like, "This is the best offer I've ever had for a job."
Yeah.
Oh, I can join your sex cult? Sounds amazing. Thank you.
I used to want to have tigers when I was younger, like when I was a
You don't
teenager.
anymore?
No, it's when I got into animal rights and realized it was bad.
Oh, I never wanted a tiger until I saw this documentary and saw that like you will just like, it's just like panty dropper. Just like anyone will have sex with you if you have tigers.
A lot of gays have like these animals. Like there was this show on Animal Planet that's kind of related, and it was like Dangerous Encounters or something like that, or dangerous, or what is it called? Dangerous
the Craigslist Dangerous Encounters section.
It was like Fatal Attraction, and they had a bunch of gay people who were like, a lot of them were quite attractive, and they would have like hyenas and shit, and then always in the end they get attacked or like something.
Oh, that's hot.
Actually, one of them's still alive. They're on YouTube, and all they do is like lip sync videos and just like twerking, like very sexual videos.
Is the hyena still around?
Yeah, it's at a sanctuary.
Oh, sorry. So it's not that they're twerking with the hyena.
No, they got rid of it in the end.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Common sense prevailed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to do a documentary series which is called Dangerous Encounters, which is just people having ill-advised hookups with strangers.
I do think a lot of it was sensationalized though, like the Carol like killing her husband thing. I feel like that was kind of out of place.
I think she did it.
You think she did it?
Totally. I was convinced.
If she did it,
free
though,
Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic is innocent.
If she did it, I think she deserves to be free because there was no evidence, and I think if you're doing that well, you just get to stay free. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she has. Well, she actually does have another husband, and her other husband's a bit of a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the new husband's a bit of a weird dweeb. He kind of does that thing where he speaks for both of them using like we.
Yeah.
And it seems unsettling. I think she will have to dispose of him eventually as well.
I felt kind of bad for like Joe in the end, not because like I don't think he deserved some kind of consequences for his action, because he did kill like tigers and traded them illegally, but they were gonna give him like 80 years. It ended up being like just 22 years.
Yeah, but
And then-
22 years is still like,
That's way still too much.
I mean, he will die in prison.
Yeah, I
Like
don't-
at this point, it's hideous. Like this just is
Yeah.
insane.
But also they show at the end like he had two chimpanzees that were like in separate enclosures of like concrete, and he makes the choice before he's in prison to actually give him over to the Great Apes Foundation, which is like a accredited like sanctuary in Florida, and comments on like, oh, they actually got to be together and in grass, and like he's like, oh, did I deprive him of it? He's like, I probably did, but I got so caught up in like the zoo and the fame that I put them last in it. I'm like, and that's what it kind of resorts down to, is people's narcissism over like animals were very irrelevant in the end of the series, because
Yeah,
it's all about
this is about insane people being completely fucking insane, but they're all
Yeah.
incredibly damaged people, and like
they're all like ex-felons and like drug users and like manipulative narcissists, and
yeah, you see all the like the societal damage of like what it means to kind of grow up with no prospects and no future.
yeah,
It's like all of them have this weird story where like, you know, I was shirtless wrestling my dad on the lawn, and you know, a guy rolled up and sold me a lynx or a bobcat or something, and you know,
yeah,
and that's how I got my first one. And then some other lady died after she OD'd on fentanyl, and she had 6 tigers. They didn't know what to get rid of. Like it threaded through all of the weird shit about the exotic animals
yeah,
is also just like these constant stream of stories of just like utter human misery.
mm-hmm.
And it's kind of telling. And the problem is I feel like people will take the wrong message from it and go, geez, these fucking yokels are wild, right? I mean, they are. Don't get me wrong.
Totally.
These people are fucking insane. But it's sort of the horrifying thing here is not so much the specifics of their situation as much as like they accidentally, in the course of making a documentary about tiger sanctuaries, kind of caught a picture of just like what life looks like for the deeply immiserated underclass of this country.
Well, yeah, I mean, people were still trying to defend the industry because it was the only job they could get, like, was at a tiger place for like $100 a week and like eating expired meat.
Yeah. But
And
yet
Oma got
that's
her
the
arm.
best employer.
A woman got her arm ripped off and still went back to the job and defended everything. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that.
Well, wow. Check your privilege, Sam.
It is privilege.
Arm privilege.
Yeah. Hey, she had the option to reconstruct it. I mean, she would have been in massive debt, but
Yes,
she had the
I'm
option.
sure the healthcare system was I'm sure all the healthcare benefits available to her
Yeah.
were excellent there.
Her options were like 2 years of reconstruction, or like just get it removed, and she like just take it off.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, highly recommended viewing, and I don't think we've actually spoiled much for you because honestly, it is so much weirder than
We just said
I
it.
feel like. Yeah, we all we did is give you a plot summary of some of the high level points. It's so much weirder than that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Worth watching. And don't fuck with cats because apparently just cat people are fucking loopy.
Yeah, just animal people in general.
It's the toxoplasmosis or something.
That's actually a good theory.
Nah, I think it's the meth. The common thread through all of this is meth.
Was Sir Meth don't fuck with cats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also being gay with cats.
Being gay and doing meth and having cats around.
Actually, they're all just related to narcissistic gay men who like cats or don't like cats.
Or don't, yeah, in this case, are complete sociopaths in the don't fuck with the cat story.
They just use cats for fame.
Yeah. Fame grifting for cats.
Yeah. Where's the dog representation?
Oh, you don't even want to know. You don't want to see that documentary. That shit gets dark. So Sam, you're going to do a little bonus series during Corona Solation.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do a fun little mini series. It's called Gaylog Archipelago. And it's going to be a 9-part mini series on, I'm going to say queerness because I'm not going to say homosexuality because that's kind of a newer term in historical context. But it's basically related to like 9 different socialist revolutions or countries and their takes and roles of gay people and lesbians and whatever.
Cool.
Mostly gays. Lesbians kind of get ignored.
Sounds good. I will be behind the faders. I will not be appearing in the mini series, but I'll be around helping produce it.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably drop a few more extra episodes just because if you're like us, you're at home with not much to do. So we're just going to keep dropping bonus episodes. We'll put all these episodes on the bonus feed, and we'll just keep putting the main ones out on Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's all our episode, guys.
Stay safe, stay dry, stay healthy, stay
drunk.
inside, stay drunk. Remember that limoncello recipe. Scan back. Write it down.
Oh, the people
Working for the idea.